Hi there, everyone. It's a Collective Soul Tarot, and I'm Kay. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to previous viewers, our returning viewers, subscribers, new subscribers. Thank you so much for being you, number one, and for being here with me on the channel. And if you like what you see or hear and you haven't already, please consider subscribing and liking and sharing and commenting. All that wonderful, beautiful stuff. It makes the YouTube world go round. So guys, I'm here again to do another collective reading. A general read for the collective using the Zero Marchetti decks of Gilded Reverie and the Kipper. And then I'll use the tarot deck here to clarify. Yeah, oh yeah, see, get my head screwed on straight here. Just a moment. Yes, I hope you all had a lovely day yesterday and last night. You got some good rest. I did too. Went to the doctor today for my annual checkup, so these videos are coming out a little later than I usually do, is what I meant to say. Okay, I'll get my head screwed on straight just yet. Well, so Archangel Michael, my Holy Spirit, will you please guide and assist me in correctly interpreting the energies in the cards today and to help me see clearly? Thank you. Archangel Michael and the Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today in this general read for Thursday, October the 12th, yes, 2023. I'm excited to see what's going to come out this time with Zero's decks. Okay, I'm going to cut. Let's see if I cut. Oh, look at that. Every time I cut, it seems to have one of these on top because these are slightly smaller than those. Okay, let's go. Now we're ready. We got past, and we got present, and then we got near future. What's our past energy? A choice. Somebody has made a choice, okay? That's in the past. Already made the choice, okay? What's the present energy, Archangel Michael? The birds. Messages. It's the birds number one card. In this deck, there's two birds. I mean, there's two cards with more than one bird on each card. The other bird one is the owl one, so this is more frivolous type of messaging or communicating. It literally could be Twitter because that's what the book says, Twitter, but like through social media channels, but also text messages and emails. Phone calls, voicemails, you know, that kind of communication, not in handwritten form or anything like that. The owls one is more formal. It's more about the wisdom that you gain from the communication or that you're getting or you're giving, you know. Excuse me while I look at cat hair on my table. All right, what's the near future? The fox card. That's that rascally little fox that likes to steal the hens out of the hen house and run. So that's kind of like a Seven of Swords energy from the tarot deck. Okay, so it's sneaky, deceptive, cunning, tricky, trickster type of energy. What? That's your near future? Trickster energy? Oh. Okay, so this is what I'm getting as soon as I said that, I started thinking about how somebody is going to try to be sneaky in a way that not necessarily deceptive, but just secretive in a way that it's a surprise. It's a surprise may be coming. Okay, whoever this reading is for, the collective, you're giving somebody, you're bringing a surprise to somebody. They're not supposed to know. Okay, that's kind of what I'm getting from that. Or you're having to sneak away quietly, like you are sending a message about about what it is you're up to whoever you're communicating with, and the whole process is going to involve you being, doing this like mum's the word, nobody to know but you and I kind of thing. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify each one of these, starting with the past. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, what can you tell us about cards? They're sticky. They're sticky cards. They're sticky. They really are sticky. And I don't mean sticky with honey or anything like that. Just they're wanting to stick together. Okay. So are you in a tricky situation or a sticky situation that you need to sneak away from? Be the trickster? All right, here we go. Oh, I want to pull this one for some reason. That's the broom, the birch card. Oh yeah, look at that. And the mouse card. This is loss. Mouse is loss. This is like despair and turmoil, arguments, and just negative upheaval of energy. Things get whipped up into a frenzy, like an anger, quickly, with the birch card. It's about it's about exacting the whip on something or someone, or it's being done to you. And it is also making sure you have your ducks lined up in a row, because if you're going to exact the whip on somebody, you better be on the straight and narrow, if that's what you're wanting them to be. Whatever way that you're expecting them to behave, you make sure that you're behaving that way yourself. And loss is about mice. They gnaw away at everything. They chew, right? They destroy everything, and if they're not destroying it with their teeth, they're destroying it with their urine and their feces, right? So it's a gradual loss, but it can be a devastating loss, because if you had mice in your walls, for example, and they're eating away your insulation or your wiring, like your electrical, if they don't get electrocuted doing it, you're going to have to tear walls out, right, in order to replace your insulation, because your house isn't warm or as cool as it should be, because the insulation just isn't there doing its job. It's in the same way when it's all chewed up and laying at the bottom of the wall inside, or your electricity is not working. So you have to figure out where the problem is. You have to start tearing out walls, or at least tearing a little bit of it. But it's not good. It's a devastation. It's a long term, and it's something that's been coming on for a while. You may not have noticed it until suddenly something happens, right? You walk into the house and you see food scattered everywhere, and you were just gone for the night, kind of thing, because the mice have been in your cupboards, your food storage cupboards, or whatever the situation is for you. So let's talk about the birds card, the messengers. So there's a choice that you had to make, that you had to exact the whip on, or it was exacted on you in a fit of frenzy and anger, either way. And it turned out to be a loss, but it was a long time coming. It was something that just needed to be done. I mean, you could have carried on that way, but maybe it would have made you so sick, ill, to the point where you're in the hospital because you're too sick to carry on with everyday life under those circumstances. So look what we have here. We have the messengers, or the messages card, birds. We have building bridges, filling the gap between where one is and where one wants to be. And it's like, if the bridges had been burned, they are being reconstructed so that there is no longer any further distance between you and him, or him Okay, what I'm getting from this, I see this card, some people might see this card as being lusty and somebody who is a player, and I see it as being someone who's a player, yeah, but more like a playful person, a playful, attractive, sexually alluring, romantic suitor or man, or a potential, right? That it could be that you are being told, or you are telling somebody that you went from being whatever you were over here, you built a bridge back to who you are. Fun, exciting, adventurous, kind of like a King of Wands type of person, where wrapped up around a King of Cups. That's what I would say. This is more like your King of Cups, King of Wands person together. Or you are building a bridge, whoever this reading is for, towards somebody who is like that you see to be like that. You're trying to get from where you are to where they are. Okay, what about the fox? The fox card, please, in the near future. So that was present energy. Now we're talking about near future. And my guides encouraged me to say that, I just felt them. They just encouraged me to say, to remind you that the timing is, the timing in the present is like from today's date back 4 weeks to forward 4 weeks. So there's like 2 months, right? On 4 weeks on either side of today's date. Take or give or take. That's the way you say it. Give or take a day or two or a week or two, whatever. It's nothing. Its timing is fluid when it comes to divine timing. And the near future is from that 4th week. At the end of that 4th week from here, up to 3 months, give or take again. And this would be the other way, from 4 weeks before this time, back further. Okay. Ay. Fox. House. And sarcophagus. Wow. What an... And again, look at the back of the deck. What a strange near future combination of cards. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get clarification, because in the near future, okay, so the coffin is like putting an end to something, a finality, like something like it's the last nail in the coffin. That's it. That's the end of it. The house would be, how you feel. Is it when you go home, is it empty or full of life? Empty in the sense, I don't mean like there's nobody in the house. Could be that too, but empty as in it doesn't feel. You're there. It feels like you're in someone else's house. Maybe it doesn't feel warm and inviting and like this is my home. It may not. This home here. It's clarifying the fox. So if it's clarifying the fox, to me it would say something's been sneaky. Somebody's been sneaky and underhanded and a trickster like. If this card wasn't here, if it was something else, that's relative, right? I would have said that somebody's surprising you with the keys to a house, or that they're going to surprise you by telling you that let's go look for a house. Let's go. Why don't we go shopping for a house, or go look for some place to rent to live together? A surprise of that nature, because something is clearly ended that's been a long time coming. Something has been brushed away. No more relevance in your life. The message is that the bridge between, I'm going to read this just to make sure it's not just about bridging the gap. I think, these cards have more than just one obvious meaning. Bridges. Near or far, wide or narrow, steep or straight are some of my traits, but in whatever form, I am your connection to places, people, or points in time. I can span the spaces that separate you. I can shorten the distance that can bring you together. Yeah. A symbol of transition. Okay, transition. An overcoming obstacle in your way. The Bridges card acts as a way to cross a divide and thereby opens up new opportunities. It is something that assists you in getting to a destination. This card is a significant addition, to the deck. Okay, fine. It offers a solution to a problem by helping to bridge the gap, right? It's warning you not to burn your bridges, and therefore not going back on the decision. The Bridges card of the Guild of Reverie spans impossible mountains. It can mitigate against the mountain. That's a block. And can provide new passage. The card can mean reconciliation, connections, or building bridges between people. In another sense, the bridge is a place of assignation, brief interludes, and meetings. It suggests a quick resolution to a contractual issue if it's combined with some other cards. I'm going to read this one now, the birds one. The birds one's fairly straightforward. I just want to make sure. The bird, number 1, a phone call, a text, or a date. That's why this is like the playful, let's go on a date and do some fun shit together. That is how I communicate. I am in meetings or interviews, and I like to negotiate. I can be your sibling, lover, or mate. Couples is what I indicate. The card may be symbolic of jabber, gossip, or the passing of information of a positive kind, as ever dependent on the cards in which company it is found. Many voices together are louder than one. It is also the modern view of crowdsourcing or mass communication. It can be as simple as an announcement that travels quickly or is distributed widely, even with the Rider card. This too is an ever-growing world of Facebook and Twitter. Yeah, I would say that, excuse me, playfully want to bridge the gap. Maybe be asked out on a date. Maybe you're going to be asked out on a date, or you're going to be asking somebody out on a date. Because you transitioned back from maybe, fuddy-duddy. Let's name my cat. But there's that reason why I call them fuddy-duddy. But fuddy-duddy, wart on your nose. I'm just a boring old father now. No longer a romantic sex symbol who likes to have a lot of fun and has charisma and personality. I'm just saying, I'm just poking fun. But you may have gone into a dumpy, frumpy kind of life, living in this way, wherever way this was. And it wasn't really you anymore. I know that myself. I know that myself because I am not the same person I was, 20 years ago. Well, hopefully not, right? But I'm not even the same person I was 5 years ago. I've just become so grounded. I used to be like just, oh yeah, I really enjoyed the exciting things, being spontaneous and grabbing life by the horns. But I don't know, it's sedentary lifestyle, I suppose. But it wouldn't take much. That's the thing. It wouldn't take much to get me back into my groove, into the way I was, if the right person came along. Okay? If the right person came along, I would make a very hasty transition back into let's move and groove together. Right? So, yeah. But this, this whole, we got to clarify this because, well, maybe if I read the coffin card, something might come to me, because I see this as being someone's communicating with you to ask you to go out on a date, and they will be showing you their sensual side. Or the other way around. You're messaging somebody because you've ended something that where you were frumpy and dumpy over here, and you are so excited about seeing your person, whoever that love interest is of yours, or even if it's just a person of interest, because nothing's indicating that it's love here, true love, like wanting to return to somebody. But you made a decision to go through a different way, which means a different kind of lifestyle that you're going to be leading. And you may be on the dating scene. That could be as simple as that. You might be back on the dating scene. But still, this whole idea, this is like, what a butter, I don't understand. Okay, coffin. I am the painful change and transition. Transition from a family, family life kind of situation. So this is where you were married and with having kids maybe. You will feel me through your body, your mind, and certainly your wallet. Wow. Okay. Depression, loss, and bankruptcy are my specialties. I am sickness and bed rest. I am all endings and sometimes death. The coffin of the Reverie deck harks back to the ancient Asian period. Although traditionally seen as an ending or finality, this is also symbolic of an initiation that brings a final reckoning of our life purpose. It is often when we are faced with life-changing events or illness that we evaluate the important aspects of our life. Well, yeah, okay, so consider this, guys. Consider this. You left this, you were frumpy and dumpy here because you were in married life and perhaps you expected to be with that partner for the rest of your life. And you get comfortable with each other, so you show all your warts and everything to each other. But that becomes a mindset. It becomes something that you're familiar with and comfortable with, and not something you're thinking about changing anytime soon, because the whole idea is to be able to go into your afterlife comfortable. So you're leading your way up to that, being, in your life, your home life. Your home life should be the place where a man can call his home or his castle or whatever, that kind of saying weird, but yeah, it's some place where you can go home and you can shut out the entire world because they're out there and you're in here in your nice private comfortable relaxing space. If that's what you made it. You might have 3 or 10 little tiny kids running around, but at the same time it's still your home. And so yeah, where was I going with that? I was going with that is that you are transitioning into the person you once were. You feel like life is like too short Life is too short to be ending it anytime soon in frumpy dumpy way. So now you're just gonna be like a fox in the chicken house, and you're gonna you're gonna play. You're gonna play because you're gonna get what you want. All right, player. Well, let's. This story might change yet, but yeah, I see that perhaps this was just. It was another way of life that you're that you're transitioning out of because you put an end to it. It's behind you now, and so you're transitioning from like a responsible, not that you're not going to be, but you know, a responsible partner, like a husband or a wife and a father. You're transitioning from that role back to being more exciting and hitting the dating scene and just living life a little bit more exciting. So you bridge the gap, you transition back from this to that, and this is just saying near future there's just going to be more of it. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, we have to rely on these cards for now. Now the 22 card, Archangel Michael, Holy Spirits, 10 of Wands. Yeah, heavy, too much, way too much burdens and responsibilities. Oh, final decision. Gotta rest. Tower came in. Wow, okay, yeah. So yeah, this is way too many burdens. You're being far too responsible for too many people or too many things in your life, and or your spouse was not, contributing to help lessen the burdens on you, wife or husband. Keep saying that. Sorry, guys. This could be. I could be reading for the female, the feminine collective here. Reading this as if this is you, okay, or it's the masculine. But anyways, yep, you're letting that. You had to let that go. It became too much. 10 wands is the top number of wands. You can't have any more burdens than that. Otherwise, your back would be broken and you'd probably be dead. So you have to let it go. And the divine came in to help you make that decision. Divine came in and blew you up. Oh, I'm sorry. But it blew up whatever it was that was coming, that you were either ignoring or didn't want to see. But eventually you had to make that decision to go, wifey or husband, go away. I've had enough of you. You caused me too much grief, sorrow, and pain, despair, in fact, right? That's how you're feeling. And I'm not laughing at your situation. I just can't believe the cards. So you were needing to get some much needed rest here. Right here. You need to take a breather. You got mental overload and you're highly stressed and full of fear and anxiety with what is life going to be like after this, right? I remember saying, what was it, yesterday's reading, the collective. Does this mean I have to go out, because that marriage ended, does this mean I have to go out and start dating again? And I said, no, for this person's case, it was like right here in this position, there was the Lover's card. So I knew that this person had already got somebody on their mind. There's a lover on their mind, in their heart, from the past. But for this person, I don't know. Maybe if you're a mom, whatever, or you got somebody that you see as being highly attractive, sexy and alluring, that you want to play with, because they're very playable. He looks serious, okay? He does. He looks very serious, but it's that look like models have, right? They give you they purse their lips together, and they angle their heads, their chin in a certain way, and they're supposed to look all, just sexy, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify Birch, please. So yeah, something came in, blew your life up, and you were forced because you couldn't deny what you were seeing, like this. You let some mice and rats get into your house, you'll see the evidence of it pretty soon. I know we got rats out back here, and they leave big turds all over the place. Sometimes I wonder if it's a rat or if it's something like a possum. But it's not. Possums don't turd that small. But yeah, I don't know where these guys came from. We're in a subdivision. What the devil? Where'd they come from? So I have to clean them up all the time. But here we go. That's what I do. I use that. Actually, no, I use the water hose to do it. So here we go. Birch. King of Swords. That's cleaning up. Ten of Swords, because of a betrayal. Feeling like a third party with the Queen of Swords. You were like a third party with the Queen of Swords who was hiding things from you, which would have been the other guy, right? Hiding things from you. Yeah. Again, this doesn't, just because this is a masculine energy and this is a feminine energy, usually when these two show up, they never see eye to eye, okay? They're usually getting divorced. These, when they show up in the same, yep, that's a divorce. They're axing each other out of their lives. So, but like I was saying, this doesn't, it's neither here nor there, because they're both right here. Both the masculine and feminine. This could be, you could be the collective I'm reading for. You could be a masculine showing up in your feminine Queen of Swords. And so then you are also in your King of Swords, okay? But you could be a feminine showing up in your King of Swords, but you're also in your Queen of Swords energy. The difference between the two is that one is like this one here will she's a little bit more lenient. Yeah, she'll say something that will be have a little bit more lenience in it, whereas this one here, forget it. He's so black and white, you wonder if he needs some oil or WD-40. But yeah, anyways, so there was some axing going on. This would be like a lawyer presence energy, but your energy at the same time. So you're not mincing words. You're making sure your spouse knows exactly what your intentions are. She cannot misunderstand them in any way, shape, or form. And the lawyer's acting on your behavior to take the divorce to court because you had been betrayed. And this was the one that betrayed you was this Queen of Swords, who would be in the reverse. She's maliciously playful. I don't know about that, but she's dangerous, and she's very jealous and intolerant. And she had you in a third party situation. Now, you could say, well, how is it that it's a woman, right? What if it's the man that's been betrayed? The collective who is feminine, right? Because what I was going to say now, I forgot. Because these two cards came out together, to me, that is a betrayal that leads to a divorce. And the divorce, you know that it's in the process or already done, because this is the past. Is because the King of Swords does show up as like an authority figure, somebody who's truth-seeking, who's in the position of power and authority, who's rational-minded, who's analytical and unemotional. They give great advice, excellent advice. They're wise. They're intelligent. That's a lawyer, okay, or judge. But that's why I'm saying you're a masculine with as well as a lawyer. You have a lawyer, where you're divorcing your reversed Queen of Swords that was keeping secrets from you. And what were the secrets? That she was betraying you behind your back. See, these mice, they betray you behind your back. They're so busy destroying everything that one day you look up and you say, holy cow, look what's been going on here. You know, so these mice are betraying you behind your back or in your walls, you know, in the dark places that you wouldn't think of looking, and suddenly, bam, you see it, and it's there, and it's destruction. So let's talk about the mice for a second, okay, Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit. And I'm sorry to you, for whoever this reading is for, that's experiencing a spouse who's done that to you. The King of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the Temperance with the Three of Wands. All right, so it was a King of Cups who was, you know, chewing on wire with your wife. Okay, there was a King of Cups, and it may very well be somebody you know too. King of Swords, you're the King of Swords here now. Okay, your wife is the Queen of Swords, but in reverse, and I'll just put it this way so it's easier to look at. But yeah, she was chewing on wire with this Queen of Cups. That's the mouse. And this was making you feel like you were in a hardship, right? You were feeling negative, obviously. Change was coming into your life, and you were feeling kind of like off your game, you know, out of your element. Things were just changing, and you were feeling left out in the cold, and possibly losing some money too as a result of the divorce. Five of the 10 Pentacles, you'd be losing half of your stash, your assets that you and her built together, or maybe it was just you. But in any case, you are balancing from that, you're healing from that, okay? But you've been coasting, meaning you've been spending time not doing anything, just trying to, like not doing anything is in the respect of actually what are you going to do next in your life, but or who you're going to be with next in your life. It's about you just trying to take care of what needs to be taken care of in the here and now, like back then, in the here and now. Because you, at the same time, you did devise a strategy that you're going to, you know, obviously this was going to be an end to this, that you needed to have a plan. What's your plan? Your plan is to make a decision what you're going to do and move towards it, and ask assistance from other people to help you. But it's looking across your heart to the distant horizon and saying, how am I going to get from here to there, right? That could be metaphorically or actually quite literal. So this talk about the present time now. The messages card. Okay, the birds. Bird number 1. I can't wait to find out this one here. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. Strength. And the 8 of Wands with the 3 of Pentacles. Very interesting. Yeah, and death is here too. Which is, you know, death is about transformations, right? This is a transformation, and this is a transformation from the here and now to the there and after, of course, but it also is metaphorically a transformation. So communication to a Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, to a Queen of Pentacles. That is, you've got the Queen of Pentacles on your mind, and you want to send her a message. Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is very down to earth, quite abundant, and she's grounded. She's a motherly type of figure. She's fertile, prosperous and a generous, just an independent person who's a good person, because when they're in the upright, they're good people, the queens, and same for the kings. But yeah, you had been holding back from sending this message to this one here that you're interested in. It still doesn't, it's not necessarily anything to do with love at this point. It could just be maybe your mother, it could be a sister, it could be just a friend or somebody you work with, all right? But you want to communicate with them. But this is more like passionate back and forth communication, but it's just action. It's taking action to communicate. So we'll leave it at that for now. But you want to get together with them and collaborate with them in some way, shape, or form. And it looks like it's a little bit more than, it's a little bit more of shape and form than any other way. And death is, you have put an end to, you will be communicating that you want to collaborate with them and that you've ended something. So that would be this here and this here would be an indication that it's romantic. And this one here at the back of the deck, it tells me you want to offer the Queen of Pentacles a very friendly and sincere, devoted cup of love, or just a sincere gesture of some kind, right? So let's talk about the Bridges card. Bridges card, please. So it looks like, you put an end to what was once a very romantic get together as a family unit, married and maybe kids. And she decided to take up another lover, which is the King of Cups guy. And you found out somehow, in some way, shape, or form. Somebody told you, or you just found out. And you put an end to it. It was a great loss for you. It must have really hurt, and it must have thrown you into a tither and turned you on your head for a while. That's that hanging man, right, on your head. Yeah. Okay. I'm just thinking while I'm shuffling, it helps me. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, Ace of Cups. I don't need to know now, or guess now. Look at this Seven of Swords here. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, the King of Wands. Yes, I mean, he was like the King of Wands and the King of Hearts. So the King of Wands wrapped around the King of Hearts, right? Together here. But we're talking about the Bridges card. So there's the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay, Queen of Pentacles is who you want to communicate with. Look at this. Remember I said this like the Seven of Swords? Yeah, there's the Seven of Swords right there. All right. So you're making a transition. You're trying to bridge the gap between yourself and the Queen of Pentacles. And you want to do it in a very playful and take charge, take control, playful. Look at me, I'm handsome and I'm really, really attractive and sexy too. Yeah. I want to bridge the gap with the divine helping me do this. Two divinely inspired aces. The Ace of Pentacles, of prosperity and blessing, a great big blessing of prosperity and abundance, and a great big blessing of love. Brand new paths, right? New path of prosperity, a new path of love. And these are paths, and this is the divine helping you bridge the gap by giving you the money and filling your heart with everything that you need to do. This is not just money, but resources of any kind that you need in order for you to be able to build that bridge. You need to build the bridge back to her. So you probably think, I'm thinking that you need to come in with a cup of love here from having been sneaky and deceptive from before. Because if you're building a bridge back to somebody, the Queen of Pentacles means that you broke the bridge at one point in time. Somebody did, and things have not been going well for you between you and the King of Swords, King of Wands. with the Queen of Pentacles in the past. You might have lied to her about something, got her involved with you, and then was deceptive and snuck away from her, left her wondering what the hay was going on. And so you need to send her a message that tells her that you're so sorry it's been a while since the two of you talked, and you're hoping that she's willing to talk to you again, because you're going to try and entice her. You're going to try to entice her. Look at this next card on the back of the deck is Two of Cups, true love, along with the Six of Cups of somebody from your past. So she's from your past. I'm talking to the King of Swords, King of Wands, this guy. And the Queen of Pentacles is someone from your past you've known for a while and you dearly, dearly miss, okay? And you're very regretful and remorseful of how things ended between the two of you. So let's talk about the card, Gentleman number 2 card, number 28. Let's see if he's the King of Swords and the King of Wands. I might be completely off my rocker. Star card. 4 Cups dude. 6 of Swords kind of guy. With the 9 of Cups. Oh yeah, a wish fulfillment. Oh, look at this. Look at this. You see right there with Hierophant, the Lovers. I don't need to do any more. This reading's over. Brand new. A message of excitement and passion coming in about all of this business between the two of you. Oh my goodness, where do we begin? So yeah, this does, you guys are past lovers and possibly past lifetime lovers, but you have a divine connection and you see each other as some kind of divine connection to each other. Like you recognize that. But it's also meaning, Hierophant means marriage, possible marriage, right? It says right here, marriage. It's a spiritual, it's a connection with the divine. So yeah, you might be wanting to surprise her with telling her that, who she is to you. You recognize that, and look who's between you. She's the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, and you're the Emperor. And marriage is between you because you're both vibing at the same frequency. You're ready. You're both ready to be each other's spouse. You've got divorced here, so you're no longer a husband to this one. You are now, after all the turmoil and pain and suffering you went through and the decision you made to follow your heart and take a different path, in not just away from your marriage to this one, but it's about changing your whole mindset, your whole way of being, because you've had a chance through all of this experience, because she was probably showing you, mirroring back to you what it was that you needed to change in yourself moving forward. Okay, so you were moving forward, you were healing. This is about healing yourself. This is about having a wish fulfillment. It's about balance your emotions and your thoughts together, which is healing yourself. And you had been very, very in the past, very disappointed and dissatisfied, being rejected by your spouse over here. It was painful. It was a painful experience, but it opened up the doors for you to have great spiritual and personal development and growth. And so you also at that time recognized that you had rejected your Empress, this Queen of Pentacles, way back when. And now you know what it feels like, because she rejected you, your wife, for another guy, and you rejected her for your wife, probably. That's all I could say about that. And so you're telling in the message, you're telling your gal here, Queen of Pentacles, Empress, that you moved on from that. You're moving to calmer waters, wanting to be with somebody who you see as being that type of energy, that type of person. all you do is you truly love them and you want to get back together with them, and you were being such a dick back then, but you're not wanting to be like that anymore. You've changed. You see her as somebody that you dearly love and reminisce about in your mind, at least. You miss them, but you see them as ticking. You see her as the one that ticks all your boxes here. She's the type of person that you know now, after all this time, that she would be the one that would be the one for you, okay? A perfect match for you, and somebody that you have a true, very strong soul connection with. Very strong. Past life and current life, right? So yes, it looks like, if anything, you could be here telling her that this is all ended because I have a surprise for you. I want to ask you to marry me. That's just kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, let's talk about Fox card. See what we really can find out with the Fox card. Oh my goodness. That one really has thrown me for a loop, these three together. Yep. Nine of Wands, Ace of Wands, Four of Wands with the Seven of Cups. Okay. So I'd have to say, you know what? I'm not going to say anything right now. All I'm going to say is that I believe this is just an extension of what this card here, that you're transitioning either to or from. I am not going to say anything yet, okay? Because the Wands, you know, and then the Seven of Cups is options, and the Nine of Wands is wounded warrior. The Four of Wands is wanting a commitment and celebration with a reunion, coming back together again. But in the reverse, it's insecurity, discomfort, mistrust, contradictions, incomplete happiness, and leaving home. Leaving home. So what's the House? What's the House? Archangel Michael, the Magician, Two of Pentacles, Five of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. There's the Hangman. Okay, guys, I have to say this is just weird because we're going from past, future, or past, present, and future. Unless, oh my gosh. I mean, the only thing, I'm going to talk about the sarcophagus one here, the coffin. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, please bring me some clarity here, because this is that, you know, it being in the future position, it doesn't make any good sense. All right, please. Here, put this out of the way. So you see what I'm doing. Whew, good sense. Here's the Sun. Eight of Pentacles. Page of Swords. And the Hangman. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, so all this aside, let's get this out so we can have a good look at this stuff. The House. That. No, House was, yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay, so we have the Nine of, for the Fox, we have the Nine of Wands, Wounded Warrior, the Ace of Wands, which is perhaps too much sexual energy, you know, deviant sexual energy. The Seven of Cups, one being an options, you know, having too many options, too many balls, like too many chickens in the hen house, if you know what I'm saying. Too many chickens in the hen house. and then but yet wanting some kind of stability, because that's what that would be, stability, right? Like a roof over your head, wanting some kind of stability, even though they were behaving like this. Okay, then we have these to clarify that. And so the house is somebody who is who's manifesting but manifesting change, but having been juggled, balanced, the wheel of fortune, paying back karma, having a lot of inner conflict and possibly conflict with whoever was in the house with them. But you may have been juggled, and you may have this one here when it's in reverse. And I would have to say it's in reverse, because it doesn't make sense any other way. Scheming, liar, rascal, swindler, charlatan, unscrupulous. Excuse me, I have a cat making noise right beside me here. Sorry about that, guys. Indecisiveness, ineptitude, little will, little creativity, insecurity, and delays. So that would be somebody who's causing a lot of delays. Okay, too much of this going on, juggling, not nothing really being stable and grounded. Like it's an alternating, like we're going to move towards this now, but we're not. There's something we have to do first. It's back forth. Felt very you felt like you were in conflict or in a battle with somebody else's will, right? And it was like the karmic wheel of debt. What do you call those guys? The debt collector. Yeah, the karmic wheel of the debt collector coming to you. That your house, your whatever you would consider, if you had to describe your home without the actual, it's got 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, that kind of thing. It's describe it as in the essence of feeling. How does it feel? What does your house feel like to you? What's the environment like for you? And if you had to describe it, you might be just saying that if you were manifesting, it's going to be manifesting trouble and chaos more so than stability and security and safety. And so the coffin is the sun. That's incredible happiness and or expansion and growth, and the transition from death to the light, right? From dark to light. It's enlightenment. It's working hard. It's achieving and receiving recognition, like just achieving and learning how to speak your truth. And because of the enlightenment, that the awakening you've received, to me, what this is telling me, you guys, this is where I'm having trouble. Okay, is that, like I said, this is supposed to be the past, present, and future, but to me, it looks like a person is in the very near future. They're going to be questioning their own self. They're going to be questioning their own self. But why? I mean, the present is saying that all things are happy and evenly matched, and true love and lovers and all this sort of stuff, with your Queen of Pentacles, who is your Empress, but somebody who is you've known from the past, that you think highly of and want to give your cup of love to, and they're a wish fulfillment to you. So why is this in the near future? That is what's hooking me up. This seems to me that this person is like all literally looking back at their player day ways, ending up as a wounded warrior, because that kind of life, living that kind of toxicity in your life, is you're going to get thrown around a bit in different important relationships, because you were too focused on what you could get with your wand, right? Take what you can get with your wand from the hen house. There's all the hens, right? You had all these opportunities to be with all these different women, and it would be like you walking into the hen house and just picking one or maybe two. But at the same time, you wanted the stability of a real life, like a relationship, a steady relationship that was committed. Ay, 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 ay. And that's the house, you know, that kind of thing. But then that house, what it represents here is this turmoil, the karmic debt that needed to be paid off, the juggling, being juggled, being in conflict with this one here could actually be magic too. It could actually be a form of making something work in a particular way, a particular outcome, trying to force something through using spells and whatever. I have no idea. Spells, curses, jujubes, stuff like that, right? That people who are in the black arts know a lot about, and it's very negative. Okay, it's unfair and it's wrong. But in any case, there was something funky going on in this house that wasn't right. And of course, just like this, I mean, to me, it seems like this is just an extension of this, okay? An explanation of this. But why is it in the future? Other than that, all I can say is that this is how I don't know. I mean, if this is not going to last, maybe he gets rejected by the Queen of Pentacles, the Empress. Maybe he gets rejected, or she's. I don't know. If you're an emperor, you shouldn't be, doing anything to get rejected. I don't get it. I really don't. I'm sorry. I have to say, I really don't get it. Doesn't make sense. This is a very good last card for clarification. So I would have to say that this is kind of a mini. These two here are kind of a mini extension of this here, of what was going on. But the sarcophagus is like the broom card here, putting an end to it. This is a mini clarification, continued clarification of the past. And now we're saying that with the present day, what's going to come of it is sunshine and roses, right? Rainbows and roses, and great process, working hard but being successfully becoming prosperous and abundant. Okay, with good news all around. You're going to be saying exactly what you mean and doing exactly what you say, kind of thing, because you've spent time obviously, if you spent time transitioning from standing upright to standing upside down, where God hung you by the foot so that you could see things a whole lot differently and change your ways. As I say, you've changed, you've become a different person. Your perspective has changed because you have been, you were walking on your head there for a while. So that's all I can think of at this moment, is that this is just a mini continuation of that. With these cards would go over there, and now the future would be this. You see, the future of all that would be this. Happily, happy, whether together or not. But you know what it looks like to me? It looks like to me that the decision may be, it might turn out that maybe there's just too much mistrust or something, too much water gone under the bridge. Too much water under the bridge has gone by already. And for these two to commit long time. And therefore, you perhaps turn back into your, because you know, it's unheard of, but heck, I don't see why can't it happen. You know, anything's possible. It's possible that you went ahead and went back into your trickster days, like you were here at this, or back in the day. I had the Seven of Swords over here that I have no idea where it is now. But yeah, that maybe you were rejected. Were you rejected by the Empress? And it kind of threw you into another tailspin, and you just reverted, even though you've grown. You reverted back into the House of Horrors, you know? I don't know. And this could literally be, no, I'm not going to say that because, you know, no. But it's a transition. Maybe you weren't grown enough. Maybe this Emperor here was just you being once being a husband. Now there's the Seven of Swords, but once being a husband, you know, if it's not the higher energies of the Emperor status, it's you being just a husband, father, but not anymore. But now that you're divorced, you're ready to be somebody's husband again. Yeah. And maybe when you asked her to marry, if you were still in your playful player day energy, trying to build this bridge back to her, she just said no. She said no, that won't work for me, because you wouldn't be in the same headspace as her, you know. Or there might be other mitigating reasons as to why she really doesn't want to have you back in her life anymore. Perhaps. I mean, you see her as your lover. I'm not saying that she sees you that way. You see her as your lover. You see her as ticking all your boxes and true love, okay? But you did reject her at one time, okay? You rejected her, cup of love, at one time. Maybe she's with somebody else. But then you kind of went on you know how people go on a drinking frenzy after something really disturbing happens, like a breakup or whatever. That'd be like reverting back to your old ways and getting back into trickster days again. And this house, this life that you wanted to have here with this roof over your head became a house of horrors. A house of horrors for you that you will end again. You will end it again. You ended it once, you will end it again. Let's see what my question is. What's going on with the tell us more about the future, the near future. Are they together? Are the Empress and this Emperor together? I got it now. Oh my God, I just finally got it. The truth is that you sat on the fence too long. Whatever it was you were doing back here in the day, from the time that you met the Queen of Pentacles and you know, did what you did with her and left her, you know, snuck away from her, right? Deceived her. You were in this marriage for however long it was you were with them, and you were putting up with your wife's shenanigans, whether you wanted to see it or not. Like, she was cheating on you, okay? She was cheating on you, but you were refusing to see it. You didn't want to know about it. You really didn't. You just thought maybe if you could brush it under the rug, she'll be discreet and you'll just keep living life, or she'll just end it. She'll get tired of the guy and end it. And she'll come back to me. You know, the fantasy kind of hoping you could manifest a better home life, you know, get it all back on track again, so that she was no longer going to be juggling you. The two of you would be more stable together. But you sitting on the fence for so long, taking your time and not moving to be able to be done with this, put this behind you, because the God, you know, that whole issue came in to blow it all up so it would end, right? And you did end it, but so much time had gone on, so much water under the bridge had gone by, that she's moved on. This now is telling me the Queen of Pentacles is she's committed to somebody else. She is with somebody else. She's with somebody else. So it's not about you and her coming together anymore. She's already moved on. She's moved on. That really, really, you know, sunk your boat. It really sunk your boat, and you went back on a binge again, a bender, and started to do what you normally would have done before you met your wife, and you've tried to get back. You were trying to get back in with your wife now, okay? Even though you're not married. I hope I'm being clear here. You're trying to come back together with your ex and recoup this home life here. And all you got was just resistance from her. She was indecisive too. She wasn't making up her mind just because she wasn't going to say yes to you. Otherwise, she was like, you know, you were just always arguing about, well, why can't I come back here? Maybe this is even the house you were in that she's still in. But a death or an ending came, and the ending that's coming in the near future for you is going to be a blessing in disguise for you. Okay, so this is like, well, it's supposed to be about fortune telling, right? This is telling you a heads up. It's giving you a boy. It's not the sort of thing I expect, but it was giving you a heads up about what could be happening now. You might be happening right now with you. If you've already approached your Queen of Pentacles, even if you haven't, but you're thinking about it and are going to do it anytime soon, just be forewarned that she's seeing you like this, and that too much water on the bridge has gone by, like too much time, because you sat too long in denial about what was going on here since she last saw you. And with you having rejected her in the past, you know, she's like, she moved on. She became committed to somebody else, which is what a Queen of Pentacles usually is. I had first initially saw that as you wanting to make her your Queen of Pentacles, commit to her. And I'm sure that's what you wanted, because you had the whole intention to be able to, you know, with the Hierophant, marry the two of you here. But it went south. It's going to go south on you, is what I'm saying. But your heart is in having a stable and secure commitment under the same roof with somebody. But you've come out of this as a wounded warrior. Your passionate new beginning was not. It was a loss or a postponement, really. It was a postponement for you, and you're now left feeling very, very confused And so angry at the world, angry at her, whatever, angry at yourself, that you had you turned into, well, I'll just go and, you know, I'll sneak around, I'll do whatever it is I have to do because I had to find a place to live, right? I can't keep going to the same hen house. So you perhaps went back to your wife here, who's got the house, or maybe just her house. Maybe she's in another place, but she's not with anybody. Maybe she is too. Never know. But in any case, that just turned into the House of Horrors because you're wanting to reestablish that with her, and she said no, or wasn't giving you a yes or no either way. But it was very, very disturbing for you. She was highly resistant to your suggestions, and she, you know, you did a lot of arguing. You'll be doing a lot of arguing with her about it, that it'll come to an end, okay, and this is finality. The broom may not be an absolute end, but this is, okay. And as a result, you transition. Life gets better for you. You see the sunlight again. You work, you put your focus into working hard on your finances instead, and you just kind of keep your what do you call it, your options open, or your avenues open to, maybe you're getting on social media or a dating site, because this is like the internet, social media, energy, starting from ground zero again as a younger person, but not really. But in any case, you are not going to be doing anything. You're going to be staying put, just checking out people online, focusing, sticking your nose to the grindstone, working on your pentacles, and in some way that makes you happy. You may or may not get re-engaged, but at this point, which is 3 months out, right? You're in 3 months out. You will be, by the looks of it, still on your own, doing your thing, your way, and receiving the goods, being downloaded and receiving awakenings, because you got time to think about the error of because this shows you the error of your ways, okay? You get time to see where you went wrong in the past and in the most recent past. Oh my goodness. I think that I need a drink. I think I need a drink. Oh my goodness. Well, Archangel Michael and Holy Spirit, you sure gave me a challenge today. I am so sorry for all of this. I really am. Not just my mess of cards and being confused about this future being like that. That really just put me on my head. I wasn't quite sure what to think about this all being in your future. But now it makes sense. This one right here and this one. These two cards coming out made all the difference in the world, because you shouldn't be in a happily ever after in your near future unless you're with this one. By the looks of it, you're not with that one, because you've been sitting on the fence too long, being indecisive about which way you're going to take your life, right? Which way? Were you going to leave her? That was that choices card right in the very beginning. You made a choice to do it, but you took so dang long. See this card here? Remember how it's a long time coming? Yeah, this is what that is about. It was a long time coming, because mice don't make that kind of disastrous results overnight, which is, I use that as an analogy, but don't listen to me sometimes. Sometimes I don't pick the right analogy, because what do I know? So anyways, yeah, that's the situation. I'm so sorry for that, but let's check in with you guys tomorrow. It's Friday, another collective reading. Thank you so much for sticking with me if you've come all the way to the end. Bye for now.